Okay, so I just recorded this entire video explaining in depth my reasoning for each opposite, only to realize that it wasn't picking up any audio because OBS updated and forgot that my microphone existed. So we're doing this again. So welcome to Object Idiocy Opposites 3, which is a little series I do where I talk about the characters from each generation of my Object Idiocy, which is my series, and I talk about who their opposites are. This is batch 3, so, and you're actually looking at one of the opposites right now. Obviously, the opposite of existy is non-existy. That's obvious. In fact, I picked existy as a character this season because it's the opposite of non-existy, so, yeah. I don't really need to explain this one. Would non-existy have a personality? I doubt it. The opposite of waffly is pancakey. Pancakey is always sad, or at least always frowning, because waffly's mentality to win the game is keep smiling, that way the viewers think you're cool and happy, so you stay in the game. Whereas Pancakey's mentality is stay frowning, that way the viewers pity you, so you can stay in the game. Or maybe Pancakey is just, like, really sad all the time, which is slightly more unfortunate. Next up, we have Wood, who's the opposite of irony. Irony's whole thing is kind of being, you know, well, iron, first of all, and second of all, like, kinda loud, I guess, annoying, if you will. Kinda like Season 1 Bazinga, but less cool, less awesome. Anyway, Wood is the opposite of that. Wood is very keeping to himself. Wood, is probably very bland, but, like, intentionally and not just because I'm bad at writing. Next up we have the IT crowd, who's the opposite of Seinfeld. And the reason I picked the IT crowd, if you don't know what the IT crowd is, the IT crowd is a British sitcom, that's, like, about an IT, a group of IT guys, yeah. And the reason I picked the IT crowd in particular is because Seinfeld is American comedy, which humor comes from all the characters being stupid, and the IT crowd comes from British comedy, where all the humor comes from the characters being smart. Kind of. In very basic terms, that's what they are. So, that's why I picked the IT crowd. Also, Seinfeld is incredibly popular, and the IT crowd is probably less incredibly popular. I think it's a very... Seinfeld is American, the IT crowd is British. I think it's very that. I was considering The Office, but I decided not to go for it. Next up, Clay Tablet, who's the opposite of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is very competition-focused, and puts winning challenges above, you know, personal stuff like emotions and whatnot. Just thinks very logically and thinks that winning is the ultimate goal, and so we should strive for winning. And Clay Tablet is the opposite of that. Also, ChatGPT is like one of the most recent forms of retrieving information, and Clay Tablet is one of the earliest forms of putting down information. So that's why I picked a Clay Tablet. Yeah, Clay Tablet's very, very emotional, very personality-driven, loves talking. I kind of see a lot of myself in Clay Tablet. Moving on, Gonch is the opposite of Donch. This one doesn't require much explanation. When Donch was created by Avocation, who's someone in my Discord server, Gonch was created alongside him. Gonch is just a recolor of Donch, really. Not super creative, but, you know, it is what it is. Next up is Fate, who's the opposite of Karma. This one was the trickiest one, because first I needed to figure out what's the opposite of Karma, and then I needed to decide what's the symbol for that. I landed on Fate because I thought, hey, the opposite of Karma is all about the actions you choose, what you choose to do, and how that impacts your life. Whereas Fate is all about, hey, your life is predestined, you're 100% guaranteed for your life to end up one specific way. So, yeah. And then I decided on the Wheel of Fortune to symbolize fate. I was considering a couple other things like the Ouroboros, which is that snake that's eating itself, or the Ankh from Egyptian culture, but like ancient Egyptian stuff. Maybe even just modern. I don't know. But I decided on the Wheel of Fortune, which is from tarot cards and whatnot, because it's like you can tell that it's a symbol for fate. There's nothing else that it could possibly be. And finally, the opposite of gold play button, wooden play button. Wooden play button is focused more on efficiency than flashiness, whereas gold play button's very, I'm the best, dude. Hold on, let me do the gold play button voice. Hold on. Why is the floor here blue? I have to say that line to be able to do the gold play button voice. I don't know why. That's just like the thing that allows me to be able to do it. My headphones turned off from lack of being played. Anyway, wooden play button is the opposite of gold play button. I also gave wooden play button a tie, because gold play button has sunglasses, and I think that a tie is the opposite of sunglasses. That's all of them. If you enjoyed this video for some reason, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and then leave.